Hi guys, welcome back. Last vlog natin was even talking about Moto Street. Yung kala nating bukas na, hindi pa pala. So I guess people have been really looking for places where saan ba pwede tumambay ngayon. And while I was scrolling through Facebook, I came across the page of Bridgetowne, Robinson's Bridgetowne Destinations Estate. This is their property in along C5, and this is, I think, along Libis, and I think it's called Bridgetowne because there's literally a bridge inside the whole compound or the whole development that connects their Pasig property to their Quezon City property. So kaya may actual bridge there. I still remember being there when they inaugurated the bridge. Now, when I was looking at their page, I came across that they are now also offering a place for motorcyclists, not just big bikers. This is for anyone on two wheels. A destination for us to hang out. So this is what they call now as Moto Town. So that's where I'm headed to right now. And I heard there's more. They're offering more than what Moto Street used to offer. Moto Street is they just offered a parking space and then yan na yan. Now, if I'm not mistaken, with Moto Town, they actually set up some cool activities. They set up some cool activities for riders, and then they also have some stores or mga pop-up stores, and then food, of course, and may car wash pa daw, or bike wash, and may slalom course pa nga daw eh. Not that I'm interested in trying it out, but looks like it's going to be something more interesting than Moto Street. And I think it's just a lot of riders are just looking for actually a nice place to hang out within the metro eh. Kasi medyo nakakasawa na rin yung pa-Starbucks palagi eh. At least with something like this, meron iba-ibang food, and then may stores pa, and then you get to meet up with other riders too. So I'll report back again on our way home what my experience is of Moto Town after I go there. So hang on tight, and I'll show you more. I'll also take some footage of videos within Moto Town. Oh, by the way, speaking of Bridgetowne, there's actually a lot of things to do in Bridgetowne pala. When I was looking through it, they have obstacle park relay, the biggest man-made installation, or the tallest man-made installation in the Philippines is about to open, which is the Victor. That's going to be definitely a tourist attraction. So that's a lot of things to look forward to at the Bridgetowne. Kasi meron pa nga sila dati na parang nabasa ko that they were offering weekend motorcycle class, parang safety class. I'm not sure if it's still ongoing, pero that would also be nice kasi parang nandun na lahat eh. But I know the ninja competition, or the ninja obstacle competition, was held there before eh. I'm not sure if that, but I know there's an obstacle park there eh. So really looking forward to seeing what they have installed there. Moto Town. Okay, so medyo bitin pa what they are offering there, but the beauty about it is the place is huge. It can accommodate definitely a lot more bikers as compared to Moto Street. Yun lang, medyo bitin yung choices of what to eat. And sa akin, the biggest concern was wala masyadong upuan. So I don't know how you would actually enjoy hanging out there kung wala kayong maupuan. Ayaw mo naman umupo sa sahig, ayaw mo naman nakaupo sa motor mo, diba? So I think it would be nice if they can actually add a lot more tables and chairs. This way, it will also encourage a lot of non-bikers, non-riders to come and drop by. Yun yung maganda sa Moto Street before. You have a group of, you have people who are not riders, syempre those who are going around High Street, who would go around and look at the motorcycles, and they would enjoy, talk to the riders, talk about the motorcycles. Yun yung sanang maganda mangyari, so that there's that community involvement. Yung mga tao can drop by, look at motorcycles, you know. Kasi ako, when I was growing up, I would have enjoyed going to places where there's a lot of motorcycles or nice cars, and then I'll just look around. So imagine if you're a parent and your kids wants to see nice motorcycles, at least alam mo kung saan mo na sila dadalhin. You can just bring them to Moto Town, and guaranteed meron ka makikitang mga magagandang motorcycles. At the same time, you can grab something to eat. Yun lang, like I said, walang maupuan. Sayang. The food is quite limited. So there's that hot dog and burger stand, but they didn't have any burgers today. And then you have also like a Mexican stand. There's a shawarma barbecue stand, and then there was a barbecue stand, and then there's like, I think 2 coffee stands. That's pretty much it. So I wish there was more food choices. I also went ahead and had my bike wash. Ganda, as in sobrang linis, sobrang detalye. They actually use small brushes, talagang nilinis nila mabuti, all the nooks and crannies. But it took them forever to clean it, parang more than an hour to clean my bike. What time is it? It's 7:30. I think it took them mga more or less an hour, 15 hour, 20 minutes. Problema, nung dumating ako dyan mga 5:15, 5:30, pinila ko na yung bike. It took them an hour and a half to finish the first one, and then another and a half hour. So pretty much 3 hours ako nandyan just to get my bike washed. Pero maganda yung pagka-wash, yun lang medyo matagal. So if I was in a hurry, medyo yun lang alanganin. Kasi yung mga iba, when I bring my bike to a car wash dun sa labas, halos ako na kaagad, 20-30 minutes I'm done, I'm on my way home. Yun lang, hindi kasing pulido nito. Hindi rin kasing mahal, kasi this one, their basic bike wash is already 240 pesos. Parang 80 pesos, 100 lang yata binabayad ko dun sa regular na car wash. Pero ito talaga, linis. I saw them really go through small brushes, lahat ng mga singit-singit talagang tinira nila. Now, another good thing about that Moto Town, because it has a lot of people having booth, having some area, Peugeot and Kawasaki was there to display their bikes, and Peugeot was offering a test drive. So ako, si Mr. Iwana, I really know how things ride, so I was able to finally get to test ride their 3-wheeled Peugeot Metropolis, the 400cc, and their XP 400, their Adventure 400cc bike. So the very first one is the Metropolis. That one feels, it actually didn't feel like it was a 3-wheeler if you're just using it casually, regularly. Kasi hindi mo naman makita yung dalawang gulong eh. When you're seated on the scooter, it feels like, it drives like pretty much like a regular two-wheeler. Hindi mo naman makikita yung dalawang gulong. It's not like one of those Can-Am. The wheels are so tucked in the center, you don't actually notice na naka three wheels ka. At the only thing that I didn't really like is when you're trying to turn, yung ihihiga mo, if you're trying to lean the bike, it actually feels heavy to lean. Unlike a traditional two-wheel, pag hiniga mo, higa kagad. Pag nikiliko mo, higa kagad. That one felt like it was medyo kumukontra pag niliko mo. Parang you really have to commit. But the thing is, pag kinumit mo at hiniga mo, it's so planted. Wala kang kaba na mahuhulog ka. No, but I don't know what is the practical use, because I find that the scooter is still a little too big for city commute. It's supposed to be designed for city commute. It's a city bike. That's why they call it a Metropolis. So it's supposed to be, but it's too wide. It's not really for Philippine traffic. Parang it's still too big, too heavy na para sumingit. I wouldn't buy it if I was going to commute with it. It would be probably a good for short distance travel, pero on the other hand, I have a feeling that engine is not going to be strong enough for really long travels. Feeling ko bitin yung power kasi while I was accelerating, though it had good acceleration, it didn't feel like it had the top end. So kutob ko mabibitin ka in terms of power with that. So, and it's not a cheap bike. It starts off like 600 plus thousand for the base one, and then yung tinry ko na merong top box is like high 600. So it's actually a very expensive 400cc scooter. Parang for 600, almost, let's just presume it's 700, you could probably get a nice 650cc big bike and like a 150cc scooter for your commute. So I think that would have been probably better. Magkano na ba ang, how much is like a Versys 650? A Versys 650 is probably around 400 plus thousand. And then add that maybe a nice 150cc scooter na 150,000. So that's still going to be putting you below 700,000. And you have one for out-of-town rides. The Versys is very capable. Is probably going to be a lot more powerful than that 400cc. And then you have your 150cc scooter, dagdag mo konti, gusto mo Vespa na yun, for your city commute, which is, I think, a smaller 150cc scooter is actually going to be better for commute rather than that 400. Now, I also tried the XP400. That is a very pretty scooter. Grabe, ang ganda niya tingnan. 17-inch wheels up front, 15-inch at the back. It's pretty nimble for how big it is. But still, I have the same concern. It's still too big as a city scooter. And it's not really strong enough or powerful enough for long ride commutes. But I think that's more doable for me. The XP400, I think, is going to be a better one for long distance travel over the Metropolis. For one, the ride is more plush. Ganda ng suspension. Yung travel niya, ma-feel mo. It soaks up bumps, imperfections on the road. Nararamdaman mo na parang wala. As in, it's a very nice. Ang ganda niya talaga na I think it's designed for the long rides. Okay siya. Yun yung kinagandahan nung XP400 over the Metropolis. The Metropolis talaga, it's a city, but for the Philippines kasi, our city is different from other cities. Our traffic is very different. Diba? Pero overall, if I were to choose between the two, and the XP400 is actually cheaper too by 100,000, I would definitely go with the XP400. I think it's more versatile. Kasi hindi ka pa rin naman pwede na hindi marunong mag-balance if you're on the three-wheel. because you still need to learn how to balance that three-wheel Metropolis. It's not one of those things na pwedeng nakatayo ka lang palagi. You have to press a button on the handlebar to engage the lock. But as soon as you start moving, the lock disengages. So hindi rin siya pwedeng nakatayo lang mag-isa. So, Moto Town, guys, sana you add more chairs, more tables. It's definitely a possible good location if you can add more chairs, and then hopefully mas maraming mga nagbebenta ng food to actually set up there. Kasi ang ganda ng location, It's maluwang. It's enough space for actually a lot more riders as compared to Moto Street. So yun ang kinagandahan niya, maluwang siya, and then you can keep adding. Sana lang wala yung mga nanggugulo ng mga rowdy riders that ruined Moto Street. I hope we can keep Moto Town very peaceful, a place for people to hang out. So guys, thank you very much. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so. Till our next one. Bye.